Ladies and gentlemen.
Pick one. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
Hey, everybody.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh, man. Welcome to the D-Pad.
It's the fucking D-Pad.
I'm Rick.
I'm Ben.
And this is Mega Man Strategy. Back at long last.
Fuck this motherfucking game.
Yeah, right. We haven't played this in a while.
This game's a piece of fucking shit.
I guess next up is the Magma Inferno, which is a little less fun than a Disco Inferno, if I
That
had
sounds
to be real
hot,
honest.
dude.
Who do we think this guy's going to be? I'm thinking
Warm
Scorpio.
Man.
What was yours?
Warm Man.
Well, it's a Zodiac, right?
Yeah.
Actually, the
Warm
green guy might be
Man.
Scorpio. I'm going to stick with Scorpio. Fuck it.
I don't know who's left. I see a skull. I see a little bee.
Damn it,
see
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. He actually looks cool.
That's not a bad design. Honestly, the robot designs in this are pretty decent. That's the
Yeah.
most frustrating fucking thing, is that the ideas are good. They're just implemented horribly.
I mean, I'm a sucker for Zodiac lore type stuff
Oh, me
because
too.
of my deep-rooted connection with Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yes. Oh.
So, like, there's something about the, like, core of this game that's like, this is good because Zodiac, and Zodiac
Oh,
equals
I guess
Final
we're
Fantasy
here.
Tactics. But then every
Who the
time
fuck
it's like,
is that?
oh, I was so wrong.
Fireman. Yeah, the funny part is, Final Fantasy Tactics, great game. I love the fact that they have the whole thing about the 12 Zodiac things in there. Like, in terms, like, the lore in the game is great.
Yeah.
That uses it. The character property of Zodiac sign, I never paid attention to, and it actually apparently makes minor differences.
It's pretty minor. You can pretty much ignore it. Like, having a good unit is much better than matching Zodiac.
Right.
So
I never paid much attention to the Zodiac or the Brave and Faith.
Oh, well, Brave and Faith is actually really important.
Those are basically your physical and magical
Sort of.
affinities, kind of.
Sort of, yeah.
Like, it's not exactly like attack defense, but I think they change how you grow, and they change how certain spells will impact you and stuff, or something.
I forget how it works with. I never looked into how much permanent stat growth on level up works. Because there is a certain amount, like, if you level up as a ninja, your speed will be better than if you leveled up as knight or something like that. Which is actually the one part of the game that I don't like.
Yeah. That your stat changes are dependent on your class and...
Well, it depends on the class that you were when you leveled up.
At the time, yeah.
Like, I'd much prefer if it was just based on whatever class you happen to be at the time and level. Like, a little bit simpler.
Right.
There are stupid ways where you can, like, min-max that because there are level-down traps on certain maps.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
you can
Not
level...
permanently, they're like temporary ones, right? Wait,
No,
really?
Yeah, it'll level you
I don't remember
down.
that shit at all.
And then you can switch to the new class that you now have unlocked because you're further in the game. And replace your level ups as Squire to something like Ninja or something that has a better stat growth.
I guess if you're like way overplaying it too, you could also mess with the Geomancy spells. I think Geomancy is the one that bases it off of level. Calculator. Calculator is the one where like your level determines everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking more like so at the beginning of the game, like Rums is going to be in your party.
Yeah.
Right.
I kept him in for the whole game. I don't even know if you can take him out. To be honest.
I don't think. I mean, you would want to. He's one of the best characters anyway.
Oh yeah.
But he's there for the whole time, so he's gonna level up as Squire at first, and then Chemist, and like all these like low tier classes.
If you the first class you should ever focus on as soon as you can unlock it is Chemist for like everybody, because as soon as you get item throw,
I mean.
That makes...
I don't think you need it on every unit, but probably 2 or 3 units want item throw.
It helps.
Auto Potion is also a really good reaction skill. But like those classes don't have great stat growth.
No.
So once you get towards the end of the game and you have just, I don't know, whatever the fuck class you want, because you just get better ones later on. So, let's just use Ninja as an example. You don't get that one until pretty far into the game.
Right.
You can use these level down traps to get Ramza all the way back down to level 1.
Oh, and then
switch him to
go
Ninja
back up and get all the crazy
and then
speed
level
bonuses.
up as Ninja, so you just have better speed at the same
Never
same
even
level.
Thought about that. My God.
So, like, you don't need to do that ever, except for the PSP version had like a versus mode.
Oh, great.
And they kept that stuff in.
That seems like crazy broken for that.
So, yeah, having an optimized team was, first of all, a lot of work.
Oh, fuck. What did I click on fucking no? God damn it. Look how far away he runs.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So that kind of stuff is just like, excuse me.
Oh, my God.
Man. That kind of stuff I don't want to put in the effort for.
That's
like
such a level of min-maxing.
That's a bit much.
It's just egregious at that point.
If I had known about it when I was a kid and playing it, then I probably would have thought it was the best fucking thing because I had time to kill.
I mean, in a lot of ways...
I never had a social life and stuff.
Oh, I'm right there with you, buddy. In a lot of ways, that kind of makes Tactics into a much more heavily replayable game than I think people tend to give it credit for.
Yeah, you can dump a lot of time in that if your goal is to like absolutely maximize your team.
Yeah.
But I never did. I just kind of, I just
played through the story.
Like you can make your team stupid broken, especially because in the PS1 version there is no player versus player. It's just versus the game, and you don't have to maximize your team to beat every single thing in the game. Even the extra stuff, like there's just no need for it.
That's one of the few games I can think of where they literally just hide bonus characters that are just there for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Like, ironically, the only other one that comes to mind, that does it in even remotely the same name, remotely the same way, is another tactical RPG. I think I've talked about this game a couple times, but Shining Force 2. The Sword of Hagia on the Game Gear.
I should get Adam Zaremba here for Shining Force.
It's the only one I've ever played. I've never played the Genesis ones. I really want to.
Those are some of his favorite games.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. But, like, he's
game... watching our Chrono Trigger Let's Play.
Is he really?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Actually, I should see if I can get him over here for a Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, dude. They hide, I think, 2. There might be more. I don't remember. But there's at least 2 hidden characters that literally you just walk up to a wall that's totally nondescript and talk to it. And in one of them, a ninja pops out and he goes like, "Hey, I'll join your team. See you back at camp." And from the next battle on, you just have this samurai ninja guy.
Yeah.
And then I forget what the other character even is. It's been a long time since I played it, unfortunately. But Final Fantasy Tactics is the same way. You go through these ridiculously convoluted, series
Final
of
Fantasy
things.
Tactics has the most hidden characters
4
that I can think of right now. There's Reese.
Yep.
Beowulf.
Yes, Beowulf is
Cloud.
great.
Worker 8.
The robot. Yeah, Worker
something?
18, I think.
Some Worker something or other.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe that's it. So 4.
Whoops.
But they are all characters that you could just not know about the entire time.
I didn't know about it for a while when I started playing. I found out because of Game Facts way back in the day.
Yeah. And I shouldn't say it's definitely it definitely doesn't have the most hidden characters. No. I know that. I know you're there typing your comment on YouTube, about to yell at me about
I mean, if you want to get technical, wouldn't Final Fantasy VI sort of qualify? Half of those people you don't necessarily get.
There's the Suikoden games that have 108 characters, and I'm sure 70 of them you might just never run into unless you know what you're looking for.
Right.
I realize I know that there's games that have more hidden characters, and just of the games that I really enjoy, Final Fantasy Tactics has. Beowulf is one of the best characters you can get.
He's crazy broken. Is Orlando hidden, or do you just get him near the end? Right near the end, the last chapter, you finally get to control him.
I think it's last chapter, but it might be towards the beginning of the last chapter.
Yeah.
You get to use him for a good portion.
And he really cracks that shit open. He is way strong.
Yeah. A lot of people just don't use him if they're trying to actually. Well, once you know what you're doing, you don't need anyone as good as Orlando.
No.
I set up.
Nice to have though.
Yeah. I like to set up. Just having 1 or 2 good physical characters with blade grasp and a decent attack skill and a decent weapon. You can just charge through a lot of the game.
That game is so good, and one of these days I would love to play that on this channel, but it's so long.
Yeah.
It's even for a Final Fantasy game, it is fucking long.
It's long, it's unforgiving, there's a lot
of tedious.
Yeah, it is tedious.
It's really, if you're into games where there's a lot of micromanagement, that game will be great for you. It's not to the level of Disgaea, but I mean, nothing is.
No, Disgaea is on a whole nother plane of existence when it comes to team management.
Yeah, Disgaea is literally the end of the spectrum if you had to like make one for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tactics is pretty far up there. I'd say
it's
a little bit more so than maybe Tactics Advance might be slightly more micromanagey, but
no. Tactics the Tactics Advance games simplify a lot of things.
They do, but yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess they kind of a lot of the class-based stuff is more streamlined and shorter. You only have to level up like a couple times to max them out, as opposed to like 20 levels or something like that.
Yeah, it's
The equipment stuff gets a little bit more involved in Advance, but other than that, I never played A2.
And a lot of people kind of hate on the Tactics Advance game because they wanted tactics, and like they really do. Like the main character is like a child and all this stuff and whatever, and like, but I don't know. At their core, they're still solid fucking games.
Yeah, I really enjoy those ones a lot, and honestly, the plots for those games actually totally work too. Like there's less of it because it's more mission, like randomly generated mission based stuff, but the actual skeleton that it's built on is pretty neat, and it gets kind of super sad in a couple spots where you find out what the deal, like why you're there in the first place.
Yeah, the themes and story of Final Fantasy Tactics is a lot more adult.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
But Final Tactics Advance, it's good. It's a good game in its own. If you just treat it as its own game, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
If you treat it as like, oh, this should have been a sequel to Final Fantasy Tactics for the PS1, then yeah, I mean, I can totally see you being disappointed because it doesn't really follow the same formula. Well, so it does, but does its own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Tactics never got any kind of sequel. It just got the War of the Lions remake.
Right, yeah. And it did add some things to it. There's a couple new characters. There's a new class. You can be a Dark Knight like Gafgarian.
Nice.
You can get that class. So, yeah. But no, it doesn't. There's no like additional story or follow-up. Because
Advance did get A2. And then I think Final Fantasy 12 also got a similar to Advance kind of sequel. Well, it was more of an active thing.
Final Fantasy, so Tactics Advance and Tactics Advance 2 are two full separate games.
Yes, they are.
With similar mechanics, but they're two full games in and of themselves. I'm trying to remember, Final Fantasy 12 had...
Revenant Wings, that was the name of it. Revenant Wings, I think it was on the DS.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a similar look. Like, it was clearly... Because that and A2 came out around the same time, and I think they were trying to give them... Because they both take place in Ivalice.
Yes.
So I think they were trying intentionally to give them a similar feel to kind of bring it all together.
Wings.
I own it, but I never played it. Yeah. I literally played the very first fight of the game, and I don't remember it.
I don't know if it was very well received or not.
I don't think it was.
Yeah. I should go back and just
granted,
try it out.
It's always...
if you have it, I might just steal it.
Yeah, I got to find where I put it, but yeah, it might be over in the drawer over there. But yeah, I think that's just the inherent risk of putting out a sequel to a Final Fantasy game. Because 10-2 got a world of shit when it came out, even though there are parts of it I definitely don't like that other people like.
From what I've heard from people that were... So I wasn't a big fan of Final Fantasy X.
See, I love Final Fantasy X.
Just Final Fantasy X. I never really played it.
Yeah.
Before I get attacked, I did start it. I played it. I went through a good portion of the game. Yeah. It's not like I never played it. I didn't finish it.
Sure.
I didn't really like it that much.
I won't attack you now.
I wasn't. I just wasn't drawn to the characters and themes and story of the game that much.
It was. I think it was one of the first ones that I played, which always adds to it, and also like that was just kind of the tone of things that I was into. Like if I totally get why people like that game. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. And a lot of people who liked Final Fantasy X have said that Final Fantasy X-2 is a good game. Yeah. It's just that it was like had this like the all-female cast, and they're like, well, so, they were very sexualized and like a lot of these kind of like weird, almost creepy things that like. Well, so I don't know. I'm sure if you dig into just the mechanics of the game, like it plays well, but just is a little weird. I'm trying to think tonally.
Get on it. Get up. Once again, back is the incredible. Refuse to lose. Get on it. Get up. Once again, back is the incredible.